I mean, it could be working. Could be working right now.
Fucking knows.
Hello and welcome to another Must See Audio after a long break where I was on hollybobs.
Hollybobs.
How you doing, Martin?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm drinking the American light beer, which I'm having in the UK, and it still tastes just as tasty.
Are you not? Is this not like the sombrero effect, where you go and buy a sombrero on holiday because you look the bollocks in the middle of Tenerife with one?
Maybe.
Like an arse?
Maybe. I'm not going to lie. It's probably something close to that.
Right.
But it tastes nice.
Closer.
But yeah, we had some nice people say nice things about our show last time, and that was
cool.
really good. And I really enjoyed doing it. So we're doing more.
Do number 2.
Well, let's start our podcast by talking about another podcast.
Yeah.
I wonder if many of our people are aware of what Tom DeLonge's doing right now.
Blink 182's Tom DeLonge.
Yes, Blink 182 or Starfleet's Tom DeLonge, whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah, he's gone a bit like that, hasn't he?
Yeah. What did you think? I mean, obviously, we'll have to explain about this because our listeners might not have listened to Tom DeLonge on the Joe Rogan podcast or know anything about it. But
about what he's been doing since he left the
since
music
he's
world.
left Blink 182, he appears to think or at least be in contact with some people that are telling them all sorts of stuff about aliens and UFOs.
Yeah.
This given more credence to the fact that he was named a few times in those Podesta leaked emails, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And that I find that fucking mental.
Yeah. Oh, I completely believe him when he says that he's been talking to all these people.
Yeah.
But it's like when we were talking over Messenger today, and you said they're probably feeding him some shite.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Well, so there was a bit where he was describing about when like Roswell happened, and they'd say, alien spaceship crashed. It wasn't. It was just a balloon.
Yeah.
To try and think you away. It's like he's the balloon. He's the decoy thing.
Yeah,
now.
it feels that way. Like, I was searching all day today, and for the life of me, because of this Tom DeLonge thing.
Yeah.
If you try and search for what the search terms I was searching under, that's all that would come up.
Yeah.
But ages ago, like in the 90s at some point, there was a guy that lived across the road from an Air Force base.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is all like...
UK Air Force, but a US?
US.
US Air Force.
Oh, this is the sort of story that only comes out of the US, Martin.
This isn't happening in the UK.
What happened was he started getting like picking up strange radio signals.
Okay.
Luckily enough, this guy had a ton of cash, so I think he sold all his businesses off, devoted his life to this. His fucking life fell apart. Wife left him with the kids, everything, left him a recluse in his house, listening to a CB radio. It sounds like the beginning of a Mel Gibson film.
Yeah, it's the biopic of Mel Gibson.
And so he got in contact because he's a local guy with this local Air Force base, with the colonel of said Air Force base, or whoever the head hat is.
Yeah.
And he then went to his superiors about what this guy's been picking up, and they could filter down, go, actually, he shouldn't be listening in on it, but it's just our radio chatter that's all getting scrambled up and things like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So he's just listening to us.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, should I go and tell him? And the guy said, well, we'll check with our superiors. At this point, someone comes back and says, no, let's use this as an experiment.
Okay.
And the base started communicating with him as aliens.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sent the guy
to see what he would react.
Completely fucking loopy.
Right.
I'm convinced that there was part of the story. Like I said, I couldn't find it to brush up my memory. But they started doing firing high frequency sonar at his house and things. Right. So he had like a constant ringing in his ear.
Yeah.
And they gave him the full on Close Encounters experience.
Right. Okay.
And this was all put out in declassified documents that came out. But yeah, they were a complete cunt to this guy.
Right. Yeah.
And there's a lot of the DeLonge story.
Yeah.
Sounds similar to this.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I like to think that those technology, I think the technology he's going on about, I think it's plausible to do because sort of scientifically what he was saying wasn't complete madness.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like that, so the car thing that he's working on, where they're able to transport it and it disappears in a ball of light. If you were a person sat in that car, is it not going to incinerate you, or you die? You're not coming back alive when it reappears again.
It sounds like a load of cool stuff. I mean, obviously, I could sit here and go, and I want a rocket ship that can turn into a submarine, but instead of taking me into the water, it'll take me through the core of the planet, so I can cook my food at the core of the sun, which will save me money on my electricity bill.
Yes.
So anyone can say cool shit, but
yeah.
just because you can say cool shit doesn't mean that you can go out and fucking build it.
Yeah.
But the other half of this made me think, I wonder if this has happened before, because anyone that listens to this podcast, that listens to the Formula One podcast, or follows me on Twitter, will know I fucking love a conspiracy.
You do love a conspiracy. You must have been hard as a fucking rock this week between this and the JFK files.
Yeah, but there's I was going to speak to you about the JFK files later.
I'll speak to you in a bit. Yeah.
So
I saw someone post something on Facebook, and I don't know why I blank read a comment about it, and I was about to text you to go, have you seen the thing? And I looked again, and it was your comment I read. Let's stay in space for now
on that because, well, not a theory. God, listen to me.
Because it actually happened.
Yeah, because it actually happened. It was a fucking thing. But the
space stuff is. Well, do you know what's funny? So the thing that he was talking about with the car, the fucking aeroplane or whatever it is they're going to make disappear and then reappear in other places, because he drew the picture out, didn't he? And then he folded the paper.
Yeah.
And he says it's because you sort of go here and then reappear and thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the premise of the new Star Trek TV show.
That's it.
Like they've got they've
no, but that's been a thing since the fucking early 90s sci-fi of if I take this piece of paper, fold it, and put a pencil through it, you've bent time, so now you're in that place.
Yeah.
I can say that. Yeah. I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's, you see, I think that's the side of it that makes you think, maybe he's got a point, maybe he's got something. Is all these people that he's hired in.
I know.
But I also think it's quite convenient that, like, the head of fucking US security or whatever it was resigned 2 months ago and then went, I'll come and do it for you. It's like, it's not like his bosses have gone, fucking resign and go and tell him you're now a free agent.
Yeah. And
it just seems that feed him this shit for as long as we can.
Maybe this is it. He's there being as honest as the day is long. We're taking the piss out of him. He's just relying on other people's gardening leave.
I know, well, this is it, though. I just think he's been so enthusiastic about
he wants to believe
for so long.
Yeah, he wants to believe.
He's real life Fox Mulder.
Dick deep.
He is, absolutely, yeah. And he's, I just think that they've seen it and they've gone, he's like a moderately big celebrity.
Yeah.
People will listen to him if we feed this shit down the
Well, this comes with what I think might be right. First of all, because we've never really spoken about this, we've been friends for ages. No. I shouldn't make that bangy noise. I apologise.
How's it going to compare to this noise?
It's probably more favourable.
Yeah.
But we've never really spoke about like UFOs or things like that.
Which is amazing the amount of times we've been drunk together.
I know. Christ almighty, one of the guys I was on holiday with, I'd only met him for about fucking 3 hours. 100 drinks later, we were talking about flat Earth.
Jesus Christ! Not that he was a
no. It was just a broad conspiratorial conversation.
Okay, right, fair enough.
So no, like where do you sit on it all?
What, on aliens?
Yeah.
Well, there must be something else out there.
Right. That's such a cop out of an answer.
Okay, I'll go into it a little bit further then.
Yeah.
Okay, so my reasoning behind it is, and it's a very simple reason because I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. You've got our solar system, and we're only here.
Only 16 of the day's hours.
Yeah. So Earth has only been able to grow species and organisms, things, because it's a certain distance away from the sun. It's not too close, not too far away. So you see the planets the other side.
Yeah.
One's too fucking hot, one's too cold.
Goldilocks zone.
Exactly.
We refer to this.
Yeah. So we're not the only solar system in the galaxy, let alone the universe. And so there's fucking millions of them. And this one can't be the only one that has a planet at the right distance.
No, that's right. I
So
but,
even if it's like mega intelligent gloop or single cell organisms, there's other life somewhere else.
but are you aware of the Fermi paradox?
No.
The Fermi paradox is I can't remember what. There's a Drake equation, isn't there? You heard of the Drake equation?
No.
The Drake
You're
equation.
going to have to fucking seriously educate me.
The Drake equation is, and I can't remember the numbers, so I'm not going to bother
Okay.
even looking for them. If there is X amount of planets, X amount of galaxies,
Yeah.
there should be X amount of habitable planets,
Yeah.
and then X amount of planets that develop intelligent life forms, and then X amount of intelligent life forms that would be older than us and capable of space travel.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Which his equation worked out to something like in the tens of thousands of space-going civilizations that should be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Fermi paradox is, your maths is ace, where the fuck are they?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And,
Prove it.
yeah.
That's. I wouldn't even give that a name. I'd just be like, stop being a prick. But then I just bought. I got a book the other day about the Copernicus complex.
Yeah.
Which I haven't started reading yet, but I was like, that seems quite interesting. And the idea that almost the same as your man with the number of things, except there isn't a set number because it's fucking infinite.
Yeah.
So you're going to hit something eventually where it's like there's even if it's the crazy sci-fi thing of an alternate universe, so there's another Lee knocking around somewhere.
I hope he's Batman. God, I hope he's Batman.
But you're Batman, so he can't be.
Maybe he's Batman, but actually fucking killing it while he's doing it.
Right.
We can all be Batman in the bedroom on our own with a cat.
With a cat. Oh, Jesus.
Cat dressed as Robin. Another cat dressed as the Joker.
You're dressed as Shrek.
I wouldn't mind a dress a third cat up as Catwoman. That was fucking stupid. It's a female cat. Why would I have to dress it up?
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
But,
sorry, yeah. So, yeah, no, I do I like all those theories and things, but
what do you think about them being here?
Oh,
That's what I mean, like, because
they're not
UFO
fucking
in
masters
general.
of disguise. Well, it depends what they are. I mean,
they're
could
not
be plants.
masters of disguise because they're like these lights are seen everywhere.
Yeah, but aren't they? They're the test things.
Could be. I've seen two crazy things. I've seen a big green ball in the sky, fucking massive thing, flying really fast.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, my friend that lives about 13 miles away saw the same thing
and wasn't
at the
on
same
mushrooms
time,
at the time.
and wasn't on mushrooms.
Yep.
But that had my fucking piss poured all over my fire, didn't it? Came into work the next day to work with this guy. I said, "You'll never guess what I saw." And he said, "It wasn't a green ball in the sky, wasn't it? Going like off out towards Ramsey way."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Cheers.
What did you think of it? And then the more crazy one, which I think is more crazy, was I saw like a friend of mine's like massive into like aviation.
Yeah.
He's got a flight simulator in his house and loves planes. Yeah, fucking like.
Has he got a little captain's hat?
He's not even dick deep. He's got like the top part of his ball sack in as well.
Deep up there.
But the
you can feel the heat on his perineum. A bit,
he can feel the fucking contrails. But
that's another one I want to bring up with you in a minute.
Oh, we could have a conspiracy episode.
We can do.
Great.
I'll keep going on about this one for now.
So, look up the sky, and he's like, "Oh, that's a fucking great. It's a plane." And he gets his camera, and he says, "That's fucking weird, isn't it?" And then you could see something glinting, and he had a reasonable camera for taking pictures of fucking planes.
Yeah.
And you could just make out through the contrail there was like a silver J shape.
Okay.
So if you imagine a silver fishing hook, but with no barbs.
Okay, yeah.
Because it chamfered at the edge. It looked sharp on both edges, and it was a really sunny day, and you could see the sun shining off it, so it was metallic, and it was following this passenger plane, and then it pulled out of the contrail and fucked off in front of it.
Right. Okay.
And that I thought,
wow, that is odd.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I had any sort of go in me at all, I would have tried to find out whether anything was picked up on radar, because you've got a fucking passenger plane in the air there. So that would have been dead easy to track.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm a cunt.
There's apps for that.
That sounded like work.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like that. I mean, if you were if you were testing military craft, would you do it around a passenger airplane?
Yeah, because it's one of those things, isn't it, where you want to create the story, the people on the plane or whatever to go, did you see that thing? And while they're talking about that, then you can be doing something else.
Yeah, I mean, what you could do
It's
is
like
do
a
it.
distraction technique, isn't it?
You could do it next to some other plane. I don't know, maybe in a Malaysian Airlines plane that just happens to have a load.
Oh, here we go. That's the fucking conspiracies.
A load of fucking theoretical
Yeah.
engineers on it. Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird, isn't it?
It's a hell of a coincidence.
It is, isn't it? But yeah, like the Tom DeLonge thing, like I think it's one of those things you just want it to be right. But then I think, I wonder if this sort of thing's happened before. And this is like,
Right.
let's say, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
the Grey fellas are real.
Yeah.
We've downed alien craft.
Yeah.
The reason I have an iPhone and an Apple Watch,
Yeah.
and I'm recording all this on a little computer that I'm sending off out into the ether, is because of things that we've picked up from the 1960s that were back engineered.
This is actually alien technology that we've just
because of the massive jump.
Yeah, there's fucking right. There has been, yeah.
And the funny thing is, there's been a massive jump, and I don't care what anybody says. There's been a massive jump in a store.
Yeah,
because since smartphones got fucking smart, what else has there been?
No, there's been bugger all, but you can see that in like Apple releases where they say the camera's a little bit bigger. You go,
exactly,
fuck all.
Yeah.
Come on.
So is that because somebody's already had a backhander of information, and like maybe fucking 0 point energy and fucking time bending cars? You can't turn around and say, "Oh well, we just stuck a few more transistors on it, and oh boom, we've solved it."
They've run their course.
It is literally, it's literally almost divine intervention.
Yeah,
0 point energy. So maybe this is like the best way of going. Fuck. Well, we've got all this shit. We're running out of oil. We could. First of all, we could be more open about the stuff we're using when we're doing our warring, and we could fix our warring a lot quicker if we weren't worried about people seeing these things all the time.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a way to slide technology that's that's there, ready, just giving somebody the blueprints and like, off you fucking go Shag.
For it. Yeah.
You can do what Steve Jobs did when he invented the mouse.
Yeah. But I suppose
someone's going to shout at me now for saying Steve Jobs invented the mouse, aren't they?
He didn't, did he? I don't fucking know.
Apple did.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, Apple Mac had the first mouse, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the little single clicker.
Yeah.
They're all single clickers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Fucking bastards. I just meant the one that actually had the big button and the big.
No, not the actual
button.
animal.
No. I know that. Yeah. Yeah. I think I do.
But yeah, that's one thing. I think it could be that. I think it could be. That's the dream scenario.
Yeah.
The nightmare is it's just another fucking psyop, which I think happen all the time to people. I think Flat Earth's a fucking psyop. I don't believe something like that can explode.
No.
Yeah, without something happening.
Crazy. Is there that many crazy people in the world, though?
It's like the on a smaller scale when we had the London riots a few years ago.
Yeah, the big one. Oh, you mean the ones that went up to like Birmingham?
Yeah. I don't believe that can just happen out of fuck all.
Right, yeah.
I understand the LA riots. There was a race thing there.
Yeah.
But if you look at
there was bugger all in the.
No,
how did it start?
Basically, they try to say, really, like there's a load of people out there that don't earn enough money for tellies, so everyone just decided they wanted a new telly and a pair of shoes.
Nuts.
That is not you do not have this fucking public change where they go, I want a fucking telly and I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
What do we want? PS4. What do we want it? Not then. It wasn't out.
Oh, yeah.
But like something. So these things have to happen all the time.
Yeah.
It must be people just fucking with society.
Yeah, I don't see why not. But a lot of it as well is down to like political gains and things as well, isn't it? So you find like major fucking things happen around election times and stuff because it's like a test to see, well, how's the current Prime Minister or President or whoever going to deal with
like JFK drops.
Yeah. That was a good segue.
I know.
That's why you're number one.
Do you know what, mate? Today, you're Channel 1.
Am I?
Yeah.
Fine. I didn't even mean that. I just meant you're
No, I just
number
I just
one
thought so.
podcasters.
But I love JFK stuff. I only really understood everything that went on. Well, not everything went on. If I understood everything that went around it, I'd be writing a book right now.
Yeah.
But I only realised like up till last year when after watching there's a really good podcast out there that anyone that's interested in this. It's a few years old now from a podcast called Those Conspiracy Guys, and they do like a fucking 8-hour podcast on it.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Jesus Christ, that's big.
Yeah, but I didn't realise how much of a loss. It's Jack, isn't it? It's Jack. It's not Jack Kennedy. It's John. John. John's JFK.
Yeah.
What's his brother? Robert.
Robert Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jackie was the wife.
Yeah, I didn't understand the the loss Robert was.
Okay, yeah,
if he'd have become president.
Yeah.
Because that was a fucking stand-up guy, that man. And it's just a trail of bodies.
Oh, yeah.
From Kennedy to Monroe. Do you know what I mean? There's just a trail of bodies there that just screams. You can be as skeptical as you want about these things. Screams, by fuck, we've got some ends to tie up here, Shag.
Just kill them all. Etch a sketch it. Yeah, because, so that thing that I saw that you commented on, I didn't realise it was you. Was that the Marilyn Monroe thing?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they thought that Marilyn Monroe's people had the president killed. Because it all had the power.
No, it was a different conversation I was having, not that.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't Marilyn Monroe.
Because both brothers had their end away with her.
Hang on. Was this on Facebook, not Twitter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did comment on that.
Yeah.
I think they got rid of Marilyn Monroe because she was fucked both Kennedys, and they were worried about what she knew.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I think they got rid of. I think they got rid of JFK because he was a fucking socialist.
Right.
And they couldn't be having that against the commies.
No.
So
and RFK. That's who he would be. Is it?
Yeah, he was the worst one for them because he had a vendetta. He blamed the CIA for killing his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And even just the walking through the kitchen that day.
Yeah.
That was all last minute changes for no fucking reason.
Right, okay.
So it wasn't last minute changes.
Get them in a place.
It was fucking orders to be in a certain place.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. But apparently there's a load of those documents that aren't being released yet because they need stuff redacted from them.
Cock teasing.
We're gonna have all those fucking blank pages, aren't we? With just black lines everywhere.
Yeah.
It's there's something. To be perfectly honest, that's when you get redacted stuff from top secret documents. I believe in that case, evidence of absence isn't absence of evidence, or however you say it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get redacted documents as far like government documents. I get that they get redacted.
But why have a Disclosure Act of secrets if you're just going to redact them?
Yeah. So you'd. I get it if it's like an ongoing thing for national security.
Yeah.
Or something. So you can go, look, this is as much as we can tell you. Oh. There.
Martin, pull your microphone closer to your face because your waveform doesn't look. I would do it a little bit more, to be perfect.
A little bit more?
Yeah.
Jesus. Like that?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
See, what I was trying to do was do this in hand signal, so it didn't turn up on the podcast.
Amateur.
But here we fucking are.
Here we go.
Go on.
So, I didn't even remember what I was talking about.
I don't know.
JFK.
It's a conspiracy they're fucking beaming into us right now. Can't even remember my fucking name. Gonna go upstairs with the girlfriend's gonna be different.
That's what I thought the headache was today.
My newborn son's gonna be like 10 and they're gonna look at me and go, everything's the same, Lee, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, they'll just go, who are you? Well, this is our house. Get out of our house. No, that has completely fucking gone. What I was on the middle of saying. But it doesn't matter. It's probably shite anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the JFK thing is it's a bit ongoing. I do remember it now. It was the redacted documents.
Yeah.
And I get it for like national security
mm-hmm.
and things like that. But this is so fucking old. What is still going on now from then? That because even like Cold War stuff and all that lot is over and done with because Russia own America now. God damn, man.
I think the problem being is that wasn't Bush senior head of the CIA at the time.
As in George W.'s dad or George W.'s
I think
granddad?
George Herbert Walter Bush? Is that the oldest one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't he head of the CIA? I might be completely wrong.
He's well dead though, isn't he?
Oh, he's well dead. Yeah, no, but
just because the other two are
Bush
still going.
family is still very much in power.
Yeah.
So when you consider that these people were making choices back then that dictated the world.
Okay,
But I mean, that's. I'm not saying that's what happened.
Right. Okay.
But I'm saying that's fucking.
There's
that's
possibilities there.
balls deep conspiracy stuff. That
Yeah.
Everything we're living through is something that somebody is planning for an end game.
Yeah, knock-on effects.
Well, this goes with the hand in hand, to be honest, with the Tom DeLonge thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Project Bluebeam?
No.
That's this.
Okay.
Again, declassified documents that came out, and it was a real war strategy for the Middle East.
Yeah.
That you could, if you had the technology to do it, project an image of Allah into the sky,
Right.
create a light show, which would be a second coming.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
What,
then-
and have some sort of like mass suicide thing.
Well,
oh wow.
either that or use it and then fucking carpet bomb the place. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But it's essentially weaponized religion, as if it fucking isn't weaponized
That's
enough.
enough. Fucking hell. Okay.
But there was lots of people have linked Project Bluebeam with. You've obviously heard of Zachariah Sitchin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he had a thing before he died. Like what his we'll call her a PA. I don't know what she did for him. She might just give him hand jobs for all I know.
Okay.
She looked like she would have been pretty fit in a day. Like, she's a fucking Nazi as well. You know, he's not going to be the gentlest of lovers.
Dirty.
But he said to gave her a timeline. He said first they'll blame the Russians, and that communism will be the enemy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then when people aren't afraid of communism, they will use terrorism. Terrorism will be the enemy, and we'll have then the enemy will be from outside the planet as like an asteroid or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, and then they want to build space age weapon. They want to build weapons in space and get public opinion behind building space-based weapons. This was all leading up to your Star Wars program from
Star Wars
president. Not before Bush, was it?
Clinton?
No, before Bush Senior.
Reagan,
yeah.
Right.
He wanted a Star Wars program of like a space-based weapons to fucking deflect asteroids.
Right, okay.
And his thing was, he said, then the last card they'll use will be an alien threat.
Right.
Where they will blame it on people coming from another planet, and all of it will be bullshit.
Right. But isn't that interesting? Because that's the way that Tom DeLonge worded it when he said,
absolutely.
What was it, fucking thingy threat instead of UFO?
Yeah.
He was calling them a threat.
So lots of people have then tied this Project Bluebeam thing into, would they fake an alien invasion, which would be fucking massive, or not an alien invasion, an alien,
just like a ship hovering,
an Independence Day, because if you could do that and then you could put across your message, that would say, well, actually, we were gods, we created you. You would then create this one world religion that would do that and then do your bidding, essentially.
I'll tell you what. That would shit on the Disney light show, wouldn't it?
Fucking right, it would do. We're going to go slightly off topic here. That is the worst place in the world, Martin.
Disneyland. It's way too happy.
It's not happy. Like it's not. It's there's something for you. Being a conspiracy head.
Yeah.
The crazy world of
Disney. It's a small world.
It's a Small World.
Yeah.
It's a Small World.
After all,
It is. is the fucking like if you pay any attention to the NWO like conspiracy of trying to build one world government or one world thing,
That's them.
that's the fucking ride for
The
it.
blueprint is
Yeah, you go through and everyone's fucking buzzing in their own little countries, wearing their own clothes. 5 minutes later, everyone's wearing white and they're all singing the same fucking thing.
Yeah, it's like The Prisoner.
It's fucking weird,
Yeah. I know.
scary shit.
Last time I went on that, the fucking ride broke down.
No,
But the dolls didn't, so you just couldn't move.
the Harry Potter ride broke down for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was. But
What's that all about?
it's like a simulator one, but it's
Okay.
like it's a big simulator thing.
You playing
So,
Quidditch or
so
something?
you're quite there's a Quidditch thing, so you're
Right.
quite high up on it.
Oh, okay.
So it stopped with us like just tilted enough,
Yeah.
and it was going like emergency, emergency, emergency.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was there thinking, if these seats come undone, I'm gonna have
Oh,
no. I could have hung on for about 2 minutes.
right, okay.
So I'm thinking, like, this is worst case scenario here. There's like a 20-foot drop there, and they're
hell.
going to give me just enough time to think I can survive. But yeah,
Jesus.
it was fucking terrifying. Then King Kong broke down. That was
Oh.
just sat in a car. That was sound.
But you're quite high up there, aren't you?
Yeah, and like the fucking the small world thing. If I'm not even going to lie here, I don't even know where we've come back in. We stopped. We had a small break.
We did.
I was going to try and smoothly roll into it, but that's lying, and you can't lie to people, Martin.
No. They get lied to by enough people, and we're their friends.
Yeah.
We're talking right into their ear.
Yes.
We have an intimacy, I think, with our listeners. Without doing the sex thing. There's the sex thing. Yeah, we're not going to lie to you.
But I need.
I
to
don't
sit
even
down.
like all of you.
I need to sit down.
Yeah,
though,
sorry, go on.
and troll YouTube because
Yeah.
I bet there is some fucking lunatics out there
Mm-hmm.
that have broken down the It's a Small World ride.
Oh, yeah.
There must be.
Did you see the film about... I think I've got a flashback that we mentioned this on the last podcast about the film where the Epcot Centre ball is actually a rocket ship. And
Yeah, you'd
the
mentioned. Yeah,
Disney thing is demented. And
I've been in that.
yeah,
Epcot's weird. Like, it's
Epcot
so
is
weird.
bizarre, isn't it?
It's like being able if they marketed it like this, they could make so much more money.
Right.
Say well, this is what a holiday was like in 1981.
Right, okay.
Because
Time stood still.
yeah, because it really does everything. You walk in, everywhere you turn, you go, this would be fucking cool 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And in itself is something quite cool.
Yeah.
But
Does the Germany section still have a little Berlin Wall?
Germany section does have a little Berlin Wall.
Does it?
Yes.
Fantastic.
What I found amazing was on the ride, on the Epcot ride, was as it takes you into the past.
Oh, the
pushes
ball.
you into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
future.
Mm-hmm.
And you go from the printing press.
Yeah.
And it literally goes from, and using that technology, we build supercomputers. And I think I've missed a couple of 100 years here
There's a bit of a
somewhere.
gap. But is the the future scene? Is it still? Because I've not been to Epcot in a long years, a decade. Well, maybe 15 years or so.
It looks like Thunderbirds or like Blake 7.
Right. So it's like when they say the future, they mean like 2025.
They mean like 2025, but it's
They haven't
now.
updated it.
Now it looks, the stuff that's there is the future, looks old fashioned.
Yeah.
And there's lots of people wearing like reflective clothing.
Amazing. I'm still waiting for that time to kick in.
I've been waiting for that time for a fucking long time.
I thought when you had holograms on T-shirts and like the flick around sunglasses that were mirrored,
You thought they were on the way?
I thought it was a start. Then
I think we might maybe just like, like the 90s revival sort of turned like fashion for a small period into what people thought the fashion was in the 90s, where
right. Okay.
everyone seemed to think that people really dressed up like they did in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Where everything, like, and it was real rubbish as well. There wasn't a global hypercolour T-shirt amongst them.
Exactly.
Um,
Any Eclipse jeans?
No, especially not the popper ones.
No.
But when the next Bill and Ted film comes out,
Yeah.
That's our next big chance for reflective clothing, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fucking hated everything about Disney. It's just
Universal. You Universal? Man?
I'd live there.
Yeah, you live in Universal.
Universal was fucking ace. The Horror Night was ace.
Yeah.
I got scared fucking shitless in the Horror Night. The Blumhouse house, like horror house, is genuinely one of the scariest things that ever happened to me.
You see, I might die of a heart attack if I went there, because I actually jumped when I was in the house before, and the paper boy put the paper through the letterbox.
Okay. I got that fucked in one of the houses that it was dead dark, like dead fucking dark.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was going.
I think I know what's coming.
I went to go the wrong way, and I woke backstage.
Oh, right, no, I don't know what's coming. Okay, go for it.
But the craziest thing was, apparently the guy that stood behind me said there was a guy just about to grab me to stop me going backstage to put me in the right direction.
Yeah.
That is a fucking good job he didn't.
Right, okay.
Like, because I cannot guarantee what would have happened to that man.
I thought you were going to tell the story about the one that jumped out at you and called them a cunt.
Oh, no, I called a couple of people cunts. But there was one where there was a picture frame dropped down and there was like a woman dressed as a ghost, but she was the same person that was
in the picture.
Frame.
Oh, cool,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But she was that fit.
Right.
That she dropped down, screamed at me away, and oh my word.
Well done, you.
It was like there was another one of those where we were somewhere else in America. Someone was dressed up for Halloween, and she was that attractive. I double taked and then realised she was dressed as a zombie.
Amazing.
But yeah, less of my fucking holiday anyway.
Yeah.
We went from It's a Small World into NWO territory.
Yeah. Let's get the fucking tinfoil hats back on.
Get the tinfoil hats back on. But yeah, I love the idea of a fucking fake alien invasion. Really,
yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
I mean,
I'm surprised it hasn't been done already.
What do you mean?
Like, well, just like the whole, like, nobody really gives a shit about terrorism anymore. It's getting a bit old hat.
Well, maybe this is it. Maybe it needs another card.
Yeah. Because they faked moon landings and the...
oh, there we are.
And I didn't even hit the fucking golden apple yet. The other big fake, 9/11.
Well, it's fucking...
Time to start faking Independence Day. How many people are actually going to fact check in this day and age whether the White House was blown up? If they just like CGI Hollywooded it, sent it out on Fox News and a couple of others, no one's going to actually check to see whether it
I
works.
thought was fucking hilarious, and I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. I think if I'm perfectly honest, half a tinfoil hat on here.
Right.
I think it's all a show.
Because you don't think he's the real president?
No, I think he's a president. I think he is the president.
Oh, you think he's doing all this shit on purpose?
Yeah, no, I think Barack Obama was the president. I think George Bush was the president.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton certainly was, as was George Bush Sr.
Yeah.
But do I think that one man is in control of the United States of America?
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I fucking hope not. No.
Oh.
No way.
If anything... Trump's probably got more power because he appears to be in charge of his own Twitter account.
Yeah.
So, like, fucking, that's amazing in my eyes.
Right.
But yeah, like, the idea that he's the one calling the shots on this stuff is just, I don't believe it.
No. But you see that a lot, though, don't you? When he'll come out and say something, and then the amount of backtracking that he's done on things.
Yeah,
where it's like, we're going to do this. Oh, wait, no, we're not. Because he's sort of been taken into the Oval Office and gone, stop fucking telling people.
Yeah.
We're not doing it.
He's been shown that video again from the other side of the grassy knoll.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, how many times do you have to watch this? I'm just waiting for Sam Beckett to save him.
Yeah. Jesus, why aren't they doing that with technology?
What?
Quantum leaping?
Maybe they are.
Are you Sam Beckett?
I might be.
Fucking don't even start with me. That would be amazing. Oh boy.
I remember a terrible time. For those that don't know, by trade, I'm a painter and decorator.
You are?
I remember working with a terrible apprentice one day. Like, he was the fucking worst.
Paul?
And no.
Okay.
He got his trades card and he came into work with his trades card. And he was all very happy about it. And I turned around and said, well, that's me fucked, isn't it? And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm never going to leap now.
Did he get it?
No, of course not. He was like fucking 16. He just looked at me and said, why are you going to jump?
Did Just before we move from the Quantum Leap thing, have you seen the Quantum Leap fan film? No, by the look of that. Okay, this is fucking incredible. And I think the whole film's on YouTube. I think it's called Quantum Leap: A Day to Die For.
Sounds like a James Bond film.
Yeah, but there's no way James Bond would have tackled this. Dr. Sam Beckett leaps to Paris to save Princess Diana.
Wow.
It's fucking amazing. It's so shit, it's brilliant.
Is it awful though?
Oh yeah, it's awful. It's like Sharknado awful.
Oh no, that's a shame. Because sometimes these fan films are fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, like the Batman one was fantastic. Well,
Batman was amazing. The Power Rangers one was fucking.
The Power Rangers one was better than the actual one. Jesus Christ!
I haven't watched the new Power Rangers film.
No. To be fair, I watched the trailer. I was like, no Amy Jo Johnson, not happening.
Doesn't look great. But how do you stand on the moonlight?
How do you keep your family healthy this season when it feels like everyone around you is getting sick? I use Sambicol. It's drug-free and scientifically tested to help support your immunity. Sambicol has the power of black elderberry in every purple bottle. It comes in tablets, syrup, chewables, or my kids' favorite, the great-tasting gummies. So this cold and flu season, support your family's immunity with Sambicol Black Elderberry. It's the only one I trust for my family. And best of all, my kids love it too.
London's there.
I don't really give a shit whether they went up there or not.
What do you think?
Have they done it since?
They did it.
You'd think that'd be a piece of piss to do now.
4 times. Well, you'd think.
You'd think if they did the first landing, or it wasn't even the first, because the Russians did it first, didn't they?
No, the Russians didn't land on the moon. The Russians
did
sent
they
a
just go
probe,
up there?
didn't they? They sent a probe to the moon?
Who was the cosmonaut that?
They
there
had
was
the
the
first
lady
man. They
cosmonaut,
had the
wasn't
first
there?
man in space.
Right. I always thought it was a lady.
Was it
cosmonaut.
Yuri Gagarin?
There's him, yeah, because that was the race for space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I only know that from the public service broadcasting album.
and then that's when.
But you think if they did that in the 60s, you should be able to do holidays up there by now.
You
Like
think
if we
so?
were talking about how like technology's thing moved on.
Well, the problem is
You think that'd be day trip to the moon?
I'm more confused as why there isn't like private industry.
Okay,
Because apparently it's full of helium. We've run out of helium, and we use helium in everything.
balloons.
Well, everyone's got a birthday, Martin. Everyone has
Exactly.
a birthday.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why there's no private industry stuff up there.
Yeah.
I love moon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like the that's what's great. Because I went through. I'm fucking categorized here. I'm not a flat earther.
No,
But
you're not.
I went through a load of watching videos.
Right. Okay.
And the best thing about that is, in amongst that stuff, there's some fucking ace things.
Right. What
that
moon
don't,
stuff? Or?
Yeah, well, everything stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like just a general Earth stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I love all the things on the Earth where it's going by the calculations we have of how big the Earth is. You shouldn't be able to see something.
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
you can see it. And then when ships go over the horizon, I think they're going over the curb. You can zoom in with a high-powered camera,
and they're
boom,
still there.
They're there again
because the curb's so fucking big.
Well, no, because as soon as they've gone over the curb, they would be gone in that respect.
No, but it's what your eyes can see, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
but
they just go out of eyesight,
but
you
the
zoom
maths
in.
is saying
Right. Okay. Yeah.
it should be gone.
gone
Should
over,
have disappeared over.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all fascinating.
Right.
But the moon I find more fascinating because
Isn't that where Megatron was hid for decades?
Yeah, but it's like a proper anomaly. The moon, it's like there's very few planets I think we've found which have a moon like ours.
Right. Okay.
Which could explain why we've got fucking life.
Yeah.
But the as far as landing on it, like when you look at like Van Allen radiation belts and stuff like that, and there was a NASA video put out when they were talking about going to Mars, and the astronaut in it says, of course, before we go to Mars, we've got to work out how to get through the Van Allen radiation belts because it would kill us on the way through it. Mm-hmm. And you think, you've done that before, mate.
Yeah.
I think that's all. It's all crazy. I don't.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Sort of stuff. Am I right in thinking that they found water on the moon?
I think they might find ice crystals. I'm not sure. Found water.
Right.
They supposed to find water on Mars, didn't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of that stuff, and the ISS stuff. I find like there's loads of stuff on YouTube where all the facts lie of like right, but proper, full on guilty photo manipulation.
Okay.
On the ISS, like people where you can see somebody's been green screened. There's a really good one.
You get like the green reflection off their glasses.
But it's all been it's always this particular one, which I think is the best like piece of conspiracy footage I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it's always part of like a fucking 3-hour show reel or something. When you
so you've got to scroll through the fucking thing. Yeah.
But there's a guy floating from one side of like in the background across the cabin from one hole to the other hole, like different parts, and he disappears about a foot before the entrance of the hole.
Okay.
Where he's clearly gone out of the green screen. But
he's not.
They haven't lined.
I'm not having that.
The background up with the green screen.
He time travelled.
He fucking did time travel, didn't he?
DeLong time travelled.
DeLong said he had to meet someone.
Oh, the one in the restaurant?
Or
in the cafe thing?
Or at Pentagon.
Pentagon. Yeah.
Maybe he was meeting the time traveller from the ISS.
Yeah. Just appeared.
Fucking sorted, isn't it?
Crackers.
But do you know anything about the moon landing? Like as far
Bugger
as
all.
like the conspiracy side of it goes?
No,
that's
all about it.
Strikes me quite strange. I don't think we went to the moon.
I know, I know because it's one of those ones that I would just get fucking immersed in, and I'd get fired from my job because not that I believe it all, but just because I like cults and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like to find thinking out like when you hear like read into like the Waco lot and all that. That was the other thing that fucking Tom DeLonge said, discredited him fucking like from minute one on that podcast, was when he said one of the guys he's working with is the fella who developed remote viewing. I was like, come on, remote viewing doesn't... You're going to say the men who stare at goats is real as well? Fuck me. I was just a bit like, that's not the best card to start off your fucking deck with. Start with the films and the books.
Back to the long light. It does feel like he believes what he's been told.
Yeah, totally.
But he doesn't know what he's been told.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. He's so excited about it.
So excited about
you could tell him
knowing nothing.
Yeah.
It's fucking fascinating. But yeah, the moon landers. What I thought was really good is one of my favorite like moon landing hoax facts. That this is one of the ones that people that believe in the moon lands always want to try and forget about. Like, this couldn't be possible. We brought moon rock back.
Yeah.
And there was various bits of moon rock gave to various leaders around the world.
Yeah.
Turns out they're all petrified wood.
Right. Okay. Wow.
All fucking totally terrestrial. Petrified wood.
Wow.
And that's...
So why did they do that?
Exactly, because they didn't fucking go there, buddy.
Because that was just what was at the back of the studios they were filming them in.
Yeah, I think the have you ever watched the interview with the astronauts? One televised interview. That's out of the
Buzz
lot.
Aldrin and all those guys.
Yeah. I think what the... I don't think the first crew ever did another interview.
Right, okay.
I know Neil Armstrong never did.
Yeah.
He
Aldrin's done a couple. I don't know whether he's specifically spoken about
Buzz
things,
has done a few.
Yeah.
But he's dead now, isn't he, Buzz? Is he dead?
Yeah. That was the old Stuart Lee thing where he said he always wanted to interview Buzz Aldrin and never mentioned the moon once. Whole interview.
But like if the panel of them getting interviewed, like these guys have come back to Earth. They have done like unimaginable things. Like they are literally the future, the living incarnation of the future. And watch that interview, and you tell me whether you see a happy face. No, it's fucking weird. They're quiet. They've got no answers for things.
Right. Okay.
I fucking swear, like the Oscar Pistorius was more talkative in the dock than they were.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. There's so much craziness around, and see a bit of me thinks maybe they did go to the moon, But
What happened around the same? What else happened around the same time as the moon landings?
I don't know.
Because
Cuban Missile.
is it now? Or maybe because is it now like a? You see, you've got me thinking. Is it like when the Olympics are on and North Korea don't win a fucking thing, but they go back and they've won all the gold medals?
Yeah.
Is it like we just nearly died? Let's tell everyone that we landed on the moon. That'll perk things back up again. Doesn't need to happen. It's just a little like harmless pick me up or something.
Well, I think there was definitely a lot of got to beat the commies.
Yeah.
A fucking massive slab of got to beat the commies, and there was a one of the original astronauts. One was replaced. I forget his name.
Right.
Because he died,
and
he died just before. Saying that he wouldn't, as far as he was concerned, the technology that they had wouldn't leave the landing pad, let alone get them to the moon.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense for the 60s.
Yeah, and then he literally died like weeks later.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, it was an accident as well. You know, I think.
Yeah, but it was.
But the yeah, shot twice in the back of the head. Worst case of suicide I've ever seen.
What's that from? That sounds like it should be from Airplane or something like that.
I don't know. I've just heard it loads of times.
If you're listening and you know where that quote's from, tweet us. That's good. You know there's an astronaut that lives over here, though?
Is that?
Yeah. So you could ask her about it.
Her?
Is it Nicole Stott or Nicola Stott? She's space station. She's been up there.
Oh, yes.
So her husband runs a satellite company over here. Yeah.
That's cool. Of course you don't own a satellite company. He's in
no.
on it, Martin.
He is, yeah. He's beaming shit
Don't
right
tell
into our
don't
heads.
tell them about this. We'll die. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of me thinks I wonder if we went to the moon, but they were that worried because of all this for one chance to do something.
Yeah.
That they lined up a recorded sequence of events.
Right. Yeah.
That aired anyway, because that's the reason is the reason the moon landing footage looks so bad isn't because of the time it was filmed.
Right. Okay.
It was because they were only allowed to use one feed, which was the screen in at NASA, and they weren't allowed to use a direct feed. They had to film it from a hand camera.
Fucking hell.
So that's why
Right.
the footage you see of Neil
Neil
Armstrong
Armstrong
going down
yeah.
is so shoddy.
I've never seen that video of Armstrong going down. Right. So, right.
He had to do that on.
But is that
he
weird?
had to do that on Kubrick's casting couch before he got the job.
Kubrick, he's not in on it, is he?
Have you not heard like that?
Oh, fuck no. I heard about Kubrick.
Have you not?
No? I hope not.
There's a whole separate conspiracy
Right.
that Kubrick helped film the moon landings.
Oh, no, I've heard about that. Sorry, I thought you meant that Kubrick had done a Weinstein.
No.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Jesus Christ, I couldn't fucking bear that. Christ. Yeah, no, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was confused then. But see, that there is something I can get on board with, only because of what the pictures on the moon look like.
Right, okay, yeah.
You know, with
it
that
look like something from Space Odyssey.
They all look like they've got a really small draw distance.
Right, yeah.
Because is it backmasking that he was into? Is that the right term?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Or back projection, so it's something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And it's everything looks like it's got a really short foreground, but then this fake foreground that goes off into the yonder.
Yeah.
And there's loads of cool stuff. The problem is there's so much stuff now that it would literally take the president coming out, and not even this president, because no one would believe him. So,
you'd have to have one of the others, the previous ones. This is how religions start, or how they get big, because you got so much fucking information, and very few people can prove it was right or wrong. So you just go, "Oh, that sounds completely plausible to me."
Just pick your favorite flavor of bullshit.
Yeah.
But that's what makes them so fucking delicious.
Yeah.
But on to like a real lifey conspiracy. Then your Weinstein that you just brought up.
Only that's a conspiracy.
No, it's not a conspiracy, but it's kind of getting into conspiracy territories, isn't it? With
the amount of people coming out.
Well,
Feldman is was it Feldman or Haim?
Feldman.
Haim's dead, isn't he?
Haim's not doing a lot.
Which one was the I thought. Oh shit! Which way round is it? I thought Haim, the one that died, was like the massive like crackhead who spent his time with Charlie Sheen. But is that Feldman?
That's Feldman.
Fucking hell! So he survived.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
right.
Haim died as a child, didn't he? He was young when he died, I think.
No, because they did that TV show when they were adults
Was
about
he?
like Haim helping Feldman to try and get straight again. And it was like, I can't fucking deal with
I
it
don't know
anymore.
he died now. I'm going to look for it.
Have a look. You're not thinking of the little girl from Poltergeist, are you?
No,
Okay.
no. Don't. That could be the next one, couldn't it?
She was murdered.
Corey Haim, Wikipedia. Oh, he died in 2010.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was.
But what
younger
did he
than
die for? He must. I couldn't, because he was pretty clean living. Or he sorted his shit out anyway.
Well, wasn't it put down as misadventure? Talk. Oh, it was accidental overdose.
Oh wow. Okay.
Valium, something else beginning with V, I can't say. Soma, other words I can't say. Yeah, this motherfucker rattled.
He accidentally overdosed from taking 6 fucking different drugs at the same time.
Yeah, but Corey Feldman's alluded to.
He said that the half of Hollywood are all paedophiles, aren't they?
No, but he also alluded to that that Corey Haim didn't die of that. He died of internal injuries.
Oh, right.
As in, like a Barrymore pool
Right, okay, wow.
incident. For those that don't know, Michael Barrymore was a B-list celebrity in the
he
UK.
was fucking incredible. The greatest game show presenter we've ever had.
Well, he wasn't, because...
Rewatch Strike at Lucky.
No, he wasn't, because the Crystal Maze was...
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, okay, Richard O'Brien was the bollocks as well.
But yeah, so...
Barrymore's my kind
Barrymore,
of people.
gay man,
Yeah,
had lots of promiscuous parties.
he did.
And
lot of fuck
somebody
parties.
was found
In
dead
his
in
swimming.
his pool.
Yeah.
I would I be talking out of place
Yeah.
if
No,
I
go
said
on.
bummed to death?
He was found with his bum hole that made him look like he'd been fingered by an elephant.
Right.
So,
And no elephants on the property.
no elephants on the property.
Let's see.
About 28 cocks, though.
Oh,
So,
Jesus.
that's where that came from. So they reckon that Corey Haim went a similar way.
I'm sure there's something like that. Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
You'd hope at least it was like a John Belushi way, where there's a hooker, a load of coke, and obviously some sort of black mamba dildo that's gone up his hole.
it would suggest it would explain why the all these sort of young stars
Mm-hmm.
they don't tend to come out of it well.
No. Well, they're all like you look at Culkin or like Lindsay Lohan.
Anyone that
they're
was on
all
the Disney Club.
Yeah.
The only
They were
one
all
that seems
fucking
to have
cokeheads by
made
the
it
time
out
they're
was
30.
JT.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was in Disney Club, wasn't he?
Yeah. He seems to have made it out alive.
I tell you, who's doing all right as well now. And then like doesn't appear to be completely mad. Mara Wilson, Matilda,
Matilda was.
as in the film Matilda.
Oh right.
The little girl in that, and
Yeah.
she was in like Mrs. Doubtfire or something like that as well.
Yeah.
So, but she's like obviously like in her 20s or whatever now,
Mhm.
nearly 30s or something, and she doesn't seem to be completely batshit crazy.
Yeah, I think there's a difference though, isn't there, between that era of person and
Yeah.
then the 90s ones.
Right. Okay.
You know,
I see,
they all seem like
the 90s
fucking
ones seem.
broken.
Yeah.
I mean, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera.
Whatever happened to her?
Well, she just came up. She just seems a bit weird, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And it like she's obviously like
What's she doing now?
just being massive now, isn't she?
Who, Aguilera? I haven't heard from her in ages.
Have you not?
Not that I'm waiting for her to call me or anything, but
No, it's
no, I mean I don't know what she's doing.
I mean, I might have got this wrong now. Actually, she might have lost it, but she ballooned up to like 25 stone.
Wow,
Like she was America fat.
that's a fetish, that isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was absolutely heartbreaking.
You still would.
But yeah, I mean, Corey Feldman is starring in Indiegogo, isn't he? Have you seen this?
No, I only I saw the video that was going around the other. But I think you had just gone away about how he said he was going to start outing people. But then that's the last I heard of it, so I don't know what he's doing now.
Well, he's starting Indiegogo where he wants, I think it's 10 million. I think.
Don't we fucking all?
I know. And
I'll tell you how you can get 10 million. Sell your fucking story to the press and tell them who all the kid bummers are.
well, apparently he has names.
Yeah,
And,
I know we just won't fucking say them.
The
That's like, again, it's a
another
Tom DeLonge.
serious situation, isn't it?
I can't go into that right now.
And he wants to raise this money to do a completely self-made, self-produced, self-released documentary about it.
Right, okay. Jesus.
And have a listen. I can't remember which song it is now, but there's one of the songs he's put out. Terrible song, like terrible music.
Is it like when Macaulay Culkin did the band themed around pizza?
Maybe.
Okay.
But the like the lyrics that are in it when you listen to it, like if that song isn't titled "Getting Raped as a Child Star,"
Right, okay, right.
I don't fucking know what is. But I mean I really hope something comes out of it. I do wonder the way he's going about this, unless he's
going to need other people on board.
well, unless he's got something stashed somewhere. I mean, because
Oh, okay, yeah, it's
from
all hearsay.
Yeah, from what he's from he reckons there's 6 names. One of them is still one of the most powerful people in Hollywood to this day.
Spielberg, gotta be Spielberg, hasn't it?
It's Spielberg.
Gotta be Spielberg.
Gotta be.
There's a little part of me wants it to be George Lucas. Just because I like sticking it to like real diehard fans.
He said one of the most powerful people in Hollywood.
Spielberg. It's like, do you hear the thing when Tom Jones said that he was fucking messed around with or whatever? When obviously not when he was a kid. Tom Jones has come out and gone, well, actually there was someone when I was starting out in music. I really wanted to be George Martin. Really wanted to. I know you're a Beatles fan, but
I could. I have the same thing with Cliff Richard.
What, Cliff Richard was fiddling around with people?
Yeah. Like
Could be, yeah.
I thought as soon as it all started going down with that era of celebrities.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like I thought, fuck it.
Cliff would have been.
Well, he was investigated, wasn't he? They went and looked at his house.
He was, yeah.
That just means he's better at it than the rest.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
He's got more pulling power than Savile. That was an unintentional pun.
For any American listeners that don't know who Jimmy Savile is, first of all, his surname isn't pronounced Savile, which is what he tends to be pronounced as for Americans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
James Savile?
Yeah.
That makes him sound quite exotic, doesn't it? I'd fuck a James Savile.
And
How the hell do you explain that to... It was very British, sort of... He was an old man in a
What a
tracksuit.
terrible sitcom, a very British paedophile.
Yeah. You know, there'd be workhouse children involved in that. So Savile was an old man.
Come here, boy. I think you should sit on my lap.
You've just been to America.
Yeah.
Just to help this description along a little bit more, do they have shell suits in America?
I didn't see any
Shit. What do they call tracksuits?
tracksuits.
Okay. An old man in a tracksuit, and didn't make any bones about not wearing anything under the
Went
tracksuit.
to Orlando in America, not Orlando on fucking Mars.
I know, but they call blazers fucking sports jackets.
Do they?
So, yeah. So I'm just like, what? I don't know where
Have you
the
done sport
translation.
in a blazer?
Exactly. That's my fucking problem with it. So I don't know where the translation stops and starts. Basically, he was a massive paedophile, and got away with it for years because he did loads of charity work, and he was mates with like the Prime Minister at the time, and everyone was like, "Oh, he couldn't have possibly done that." And then loads of people come out to go, "He's basically a fucking rotter."
Do you know what I genuinely think? I think he used his place to get him to. I think he used his celebrity to get himself into places like orphanages and children's hospitals and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's what he used
And
to.
I think he was nothing more than a high-class pimp that procured children.
Oh, for everyone
of
else.
the rich people.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's why it stayed so long.
Like, who's the massive fat cunt who's been thinged recently? Not Cyril Smith, is it?
Maybe that's a name.
Who was the uncle from the Raccoons? Cyril Sneer. Right, it wasn't him then. Let's go with Cyril Smith. It was like...
Please don't be the guy from the Raccoon.
I know, yeah. He's got a nose like a cock, though, hasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Give us a sniff here.
him
Yeah.
doing handstands and fucking you upwards with his nose.
Exactly. Dirty bastard. How in fuck's name did we get onto fucking... Anyway, so Corey Feldman
Yeah.
wants to do this self-produced film, and he's going to write it and direct it and everything himself. And it's going to be like a biopic, is it? And in it, it's going to tell you who
I
all
think
the
it's
mad people are.
more likely like an expose sort of thing.
Oh, right, okay. Just do it. Just don't bother making a film about it.
Yeah.
Just fucking say, here's who the...
Well, the thing is, this is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because if these people are as powerful as he says they are,
Yeah. Why make a film? They're
you know,
absolutely...
he's gonna get fucking. He'll get JFK'd.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You're doing it in a format that is their industry, you fucking idiot.
if you can put enough evidence together, it isn't just saying names, so it's not just fucking slander.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it, put it out there. You'll be celebrated as a hero.
Yeah.
And then you can go and get your fucking documentary
Get your film
paid
made.
for.
Yeah, yeah.
Without you having to do an Indiegogo for it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Because I need that money to invest in Tom DeLonge's company.
Exactly. Oh, God, have you just bought shares in the film?
So tempted. So tempted, just in case I'm right.
You're going to get a credit on the bottom of the film.
No, because it's like it's $5 a share. Minimum amount is $200.
Oh, you mean the Tom DeLonge thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, right, yeah.
So the I like my theory about the Tom DeLonge thing, about how maybe now and again information gets like technology gets stripped out, given to people.
Yeah.
Someone goes off and starts making products.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in case I'm right,
Mm-hmm.
I want $200 in that corner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I've just worked out?
What's $200? About £160.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It's not much, is it?
the gamble there.
Yeah.
It is a gamble.
Yeah. But it's not a massive gamble, is it?
It's not a massive gamble. And all of a sudden, if he's going to make fucking 0 Point Energy and fucking time-shifting cars,
Yeah.
those 200 shares are going to look pretty fucking good.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck it, you might as well get 400 shares.
Are you wanting in on this?
No, I just worked out, though, it's $5 a share. That's $500 million worth of shares when he sells them all out, because he said he had 100 million shares.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
That's a lot of money.
It is. What are they up to at the moment? Because last time I looked at that site, which was a couple of weeks ago, or whenever they launched it,
I wouldn't rush.
it was
Just
like
going to say I wouldn't rush.
it was like $100,000 they were up to or something. I'm like, you're not making fuck all with that.
I don't think he sold any last night.
No.
Uh,
What's it called? The Academy to the Stars Academy.
To the Stars Academy,
Yeah.
which is another stupid thing, because his company's called To the Stars. So if you just type To the Stars in, it just okay, close to 2 million.
It's still not 500 million.
It's not 500 million,
No.
but
He's gonna need to
considering
pull his fucking socks up a bit there.
and that's only it's only 1,088 investors.
Jesus.
So, but there's clearly been some guys putting some fucking serious cheddar in.
Yeah.
It's not it's not like there's a million people put a pound in.
No.
But yeah, so I've got fucking lost here because I'm still convinced he's going to change the world. I don't know why.
You reckon Musk would be in on it as well, though, if he actually had thought it was going to go? That fucker's got his hand in all that sort of stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah, but there's something about Musk which, like, apart from sounding like a fragrance,
He looks like a Bond villain. In fact, he has all the characteristics of a Bond villain.
he does have all the characteristics of a Bond film, but there's just something about it that never seems to sit right with me.
Right.
It always seems much as Tom DeLonge.
Yeah, a little bit.
All talk, no trousers.
Right, yeah. I mean, he does some bit. Has he dug those fucking holes under the Los Angeles shirt?
Don't think so.
Mm.
But it seems like, I mean, that's not going to happen. That crazy super rail that he wants to do is not going to work.
No, I meant the thing where you don't sit in traffic for as
long.
long.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Not the Hyperloop.
Yeah, no, not the Hyperloop.
No, the Hyperloop's quite a cool idea.
Yeah, the Hyperloop's a cool idea.
But I don't think it'll happen in our lifetime because they couldn't even get fucking HS2 off the ground in England.
No. And like the reusable space rockets and SpaceX and things, it's just...
Yeah.
it just seems to be old technology being slightly reused.
Yeah. Is SpaceX the one that's over here as well?
I can't
What's the
remember.
space program over here?
Not sure.
Oh, okay.
Again, something else that never seems to. So, space is another strange thing.
Yeah.
Like all technologies, which appears to have got to around about fucking 1970 and
just
stopped.
stagnated.
Yeah, I don't get that. And the only reason my brain can work out that is something that would happen.
Yeah.
Is because it didn't.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
or the alien technology.
Yeah. And even when you look at old pictures of like old astronauts and like old spacesuits, they seem thinner than now.
Right,
Whereas now they're all chunky and stuff like that. So it almost feels to me like, well, that was what the future looked like then. So that's what they look like. Where now we're very techy, and things need to be tactile.
They think more about it, but it's like, well, how did it work then?
Yeah.
And it still works now, but you've put all this extra shit on top of it. Yeah.
And it's almost like the first Star Wars.
Right. Okay.
Star Wars prequel, where all the technology seemed better, but it was well before Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all fucking crazy. But yeah, back to Feldman. You know, if he's got these names,
yeah,
then he needs to drop them, man. You know, and
yeah,
like properly fucking shake shit up.
Yeah.
Because I think the other guy which would come forward with that would be your man from Lord of the Rings, because he sort of alluded to it.
Who,
didn't
Jackson?
He? No, the young lad.
Oh,
Bloom.
fucking
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because when Corey Feldman first came out and said about all this, he sort of came out quietly.
Right, and said,
in support of it.
Right. Okay.
And then scurried back into his his den.
Right.
So and it's you've got to think as well. If you're, I'm going to put myself in the mind of a paedophile, and I can only imagine
this is not going to take long. And go.
I can only imagine that big blue-eyed Orlando Bloom would be right up your alley.
Yeah, or you'd be right up his alley.
Oh well.
Yeah, goes without saying. You see, for me, you get this like they have this, and they say, "Oh well, I know, these handful of people that have done all these horrible things, but I can't say them like right now." And then you get things like, he's obviously trying to make a film out of it, but this isn't about gaining your own career or what. It's like a moral obligation. If you know people that have done something wrong, fucking tell people about it. Don't be like he's out to, it looks like to me at least anyway, he's out for his own personal gain.
Well, this is the problem. There's always a book, isn't there?
Well, yeah. I don't mind
a film.
I kind of don't mind make the book or the film after you've already come out and said it. Don't reveal the stuff in the book. Well, it's like the thing
or reveal the stuff in the book and launch the book.
Yeah. But don't be fucking going, well, I've got all this knowledge, but I'm not going to fucking tell you because you're going to have to watch the film. It's like that going back to fucking Nutcase DeLong again when he's saying about his book, Secret Machines.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell you about the things in the book. It's like, so you want me to buy the book?
That was crazy.
It's like, it's already in the public domain. Just fucking say it. There's no way that some
and they've said, well, actually,
government officer said you can't talk about that. Well, it's in a book you can buy on Amazon, you fuckwits.
That was. But you know what? The fact that's so weird makes me believe it.
Right? Okay.
Because I can't.
I think if someone had said that to you in a pub, you'd have been giving me the eye on the other side of the pub to go, fucking help me.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
You're totally right, but you know the thing? I always look at things.
Yeah.
As in the layers of bullshit going, could I have thought that?
Could I have invented it?
Or would that have been like if I was in that particular place and I needed to get myself out of that particular place, would that be my vehicle of escape?
Right, okay, yeah.
I don't think my vehicle of escape would be, well, I'm just not allowed to say that anymore.
Yeah.
That's very Trump.
Yeah, it is, wasn't it? But I think I messaged you there, like, he's like sci-fi Trump. I just saying, like, we've got all these amazing documents, but I can't tell them about you. And you're just like, what the fuck are you going on about?
But no, that part makes me think, well, fuck, maybe
he's got some really hot shit. And they can't fucking, even though, did it make you want to buy the book?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe that's all he's there for.
Maybe that's all he's there for.
He's just going to buy my book.
It's the same as like have you ever heard of the Disclosure Project? We'll tell you what, by fuck, this is difficult listening. I'm very sorry. There's some fucking jumping around here.
You weren't expecting this today.
Well, I wasn't expecting it to be a conspiracy podcast, so let's just say the ducks are scattered around the yard instead of being in a row. The Disclosure Project is run by a doctor called Dr. Stephen Greer, who's an odd-looking motherfucker. He's like fucking jacked.
Okay.
But on the top head, he's like super nerd.
A little peanut head.
Little peanut head.
Right.
Stacked up a body.
Right, okay. There was someone who was bullied at school.
Oh, absolutely. So he started this thing ages ago. I believe I sent you a video this afternoon of the ex-Canadian Minister of Defence came out at this disclosure thing saying there are X amount of aliens. We've been in contact with them for years. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
I think that's the most credible crazy shit that you can send to someone. You know, if you like this sort of stuff, and you're up against like Captain fucking Brick Wall, that's like none of it. You know, it's with this, that, the other. So when it isn't willing to entertain an idea, you just send that video and say, "Come back to me when you can explain that."
Yeah. Okay.
And your explanation can't be, well, he's old and he's trying to make money.
Right, okay,
that can't be the explanation because of who he is, you prick.
Yeah. He's done it.
But he like Greer's got the same thing where he's apparently holds all this like crazy information that can fucking revolutionize the planet. His thing is his main ball is that the US have back engineered alien craft.
Yeah.
They have 0-point energy.
Okay.
They have all this cool technology that we could use to revolutionize the whole planet.
Yeah.
And it's being held back because of rich people in control of oil. I was
going to say, does it go back to energy? Yeah.
Screw every last bit of money out of the... And to be perfectly honest, it's quite a believable scenario, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But it's the same with DeLong, and the same with him is the guy's making millions out of peddling this.
Right, yeah.
And there is a point where you think, is this just modern snake oil salesman?
Yeah, like Scientology stuff.
Will this just be the trope in another 100 years of the wooden cart with the Dr. Herbert snake oil?
Yeah. The life elixir and all that sort of stuff, yeah. No, it's true.
Use your own pleasantries.
Yeah. I mean, they say people always fall for the same tricks time and time again. And the same trick in a different guise, you know? So is this just another one of them?
Vote all the time.
Yeah. God, let's not get started on that one in this fucking... but yeah, I'd say, you know, it's an interesting one to look at, and it's the balance, I think, between whether... how much you want to sort of look at that, like the energy thing. So if you're already of the mindset where you're like, oh, the oil companies rule the world or something, then that's just another little prod to your like little bear that's just going to rally you up and go, well, it's because they're holding back the alien technology. And before you go, did you just hear what you said?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's
that can be a little attraction to so many different groups of people.
Yeah.
That you've got the conspiracy theorists, you've got the aliens exist lot, you've got like even like the Greenpeace lot and all. You know, you could rile a load of them up by going, oh well, that's because, you know, we've actually got alien technologies. But
I think that the problem with this is talking about any sort of conspiracies, especially things that involve fucking aliens.
Yeah.
There is a fine line between sitting down and sounding like an intelligent, level-headed person.
Yeah.
That is just having a discussion.
Yeah.
That you literally just raise your voice slightly and you're Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh fuck yeah, completely nuts. Yeah, it's what would you ever think that Martians would bum our water supply to turn children gay? That sounds like something you'd come out with.
Wasn't there something to do with frogs?
Yeah, the government would put plastics in the water to turn frogs gay. Oh, and they're turning frogs gay, so why should we be feeding them to our children? Not the frogs, the water. It's fucking insane. But there was something else as well about building gay colonies on Mars. Yeah, but no, you're right. It is one of those subjects that's so sort of out there that you can, for 1 minute, get a little bit excited and
Yeah.
go, you sound nuts now.
Well, I think the thing is, as well, is I've always come from the standpoint of it's either all bullshit or all real.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
George, I think there's for one card, right? You can't have aliens visiting Earth without them fucking inventing the pyramids or something, or building the pyramids. So you can't have them then without starting fucking creation off. You can't have like Atlantis without aliens.
Yeah, okay,
there's so many things that.
How far into those would you want to go? Is there a Nessie?
I don't think there's a Nessie. We'll see. On the other hand, I've always thought that we were, as far as space travel goes, we're going the wrong way.
Okay.
Like we shouldn't, like trying to leave the planet.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's massively resource heavy.
Where explore more stuff that's on this planet and in the oceans and things.
Well, yeah, but even like maybe the idea of isn't trying to step away from the Earth. Maybe it's trying to step sideways.
Okay.
From parallel dimensions and things like that.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Yeah. You want to go down that road now?
Yeah. Well, that's what I think. I mean, we're
what was the hologram thing where there was a theory that something's just a reflection. We're just a reflection of another universe.
Yeah. And did you ever see that the video that came out of China of the floating city?
The floating sea?
Yeah, city.
No. Oh, city?
Yeah.
No.
It's fucking mental.
Right. It sounds it.
Yeah, and there's been. I think China always did it because you never get stories out of China because it's fucking China.
Yeah.
And then that makes me wonder, well, if they can keep themselves insulated, what if we're insulated and we just don't know it? Just not quite as much.
Yeah, but that's kind of what my thing was about the moon landings thing. I said that North Korea was it just like a North Korean sort of like, we're all so insulated, and especially like in the States where if you're showing this, but maybe like Sweden or fucking Australia or something are going, they're fucking crackers. Like, of course we know that the moon landing was fake. That's just a TV show.
Yeah.
If we were being Truman showed.
Wouldn't it be great if that was it and they just haven't finished filming it?
Yeah.
the whole of North Korea is just a film.
You probably could fucking tout it as a film. If you could set the cameras up and just thing it so they don't know any different. They're not going to know any difference anyway.
Do you know what
Do you know what I'd hate though if it happened to us and then all of a sudden in the sky there was a big plane, a skywriter that just said to be continued, and you're like, oh, that's it, fucking suicide cult right there. I wouldn't like that.
Oh, that'd be fucking ace.
You just heard from the skies.
I love the Truman Show. Fucking love that.
Yeah. Jim Carrey's ace, isn't he?
Yeah. There's another man.
What?
That's fucking losing his bonnet.
He's doing all right now, though, isn't he?
No.
He's doing all his painting and stuff at the moment, isn't he?
No, you've not. No?
No, I don't know. Why? What's he happened to him?
Oh, you need to watch some interviews.
Getting bummed as well.
Right. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this podcast. I'm going to let you watch an interview with Jim Carrey. Then we're going to come back.
Okay.
And we're going to get your take on him.
Okay. All right.
I like it.
Are we back in the room?
Yeah, we're back in the room.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That was the one where he was on sort of like Paris Fashion Week or something, was it? Something like that.
Some sort of fashion awards thing on the Entertainment Channel,
but
which was a great one to put it on because they are absolutely baseless.
Yeah,
fucking horrible.
It's
iconoclastic.
It's the fucking worst part of the world. Like,
egotistical bastard of a channel.
Yeah.
To know well on. No, he was great.
I feel it's my future, you know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like just I've got such a fucking wide on for trying to take ayahuasca or something like that at the minute. I that's what I mean. What was meaning by like there should be more exploring going on here.
Yeah.
It's the you've seen The Spirit Molecule, haven't you?
Yeah.
I fucking love that. I watched it again the other day.
The DMT thing.
Yeah. I find all that fascinating. You know how similar people's trips are and stuff.
Yeah. I've got somewhere at home. I'll dig it out. I've got the because the film.
Yeah.
So I've got the book.
Book
of it as well. Because the film's based on the book.
What's a book?
The Spirit Molecule.
Are they like? Is it? Do I put it in my video or?
Oh right, I see. In my head, I was going through, does he want me to say book instead of book, or what are we fucking talking about here? No, I get it. The old paper thing that your grandparents used to have.
The things that we had before iPads.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. But it's fascinating stuff.
But this is another one with on the Corey Feldman thing. You think? You see, what I mean,
you think he's on DMT?
I don't know, but there does seem to be like an expiration date on some of these people at the minute.
Right. Okay.
Like what's his name? The other guy. He does loads of crazy sort of art stuff now.
No, that's who I thought Jim Carrey was.
No.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He was in Transformers. Fucking Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah. Because he did that mad thing where he just sat there and people could do whatever they want to him.
Oh yeah, he's been doing other things as well. Like
right.
I think there was he did like a standing art piece with somebody where they were all in a room and
okay.
there was like a group of them saying like we will not be. Was it they will not separate us or something like that?
Okay.
And but the whole thing got trolled by a load of right wing Trump supporters. But
right. Okay.
But they weren't even. The funny thing was, it all exploded to be something there. It wasn't more because I don't even think that the guys that were doing it were like proper right wingers,
right?
Because they like turned up in like White Lives Matter T-shirts and things like that. And it was so far across the line.
Yeah.
That you have to be doing this to be funny.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There was a satirical.
I'm
element
okay
to it.
with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's this sort of thing where these like celebrities just have massive meltdowns. Is it being like not like what Jim Carrey says and it's there is not having a real identity until you realise you don't have it?
Yeah. So his like the self-realization that he's known for playing all these different characters and he's played up to it over the years, and it's like, well, actually, who the fuck am I?
Yeah,
and having that kind of thing, maybe, or is it just the years of stress and impact, and you finally something switches in your brain, and you do actually just snap and
cool.
Yeah, and well, he had Charlie Sheen it.
Well,
do you think a lot of that was attention though?
No, I think all that was 100% real.
Because he went on and did spoken word tours, didn't he? Where he was doing all the Tiger Blood stuff and the
but I think
what the fuck did he call himself? I was going to say the Machine, but that's Bert Kreischer.
The Tiger Blood thing.
Yeah,
but
he called himself the Chosen One or some fucking.
Did he? Did he David Icke it?
Yeah. I just fucking went completely.
He was having a celebrity meltdown before it was cool.
Yeah. He's the Godfather.
There's another fucking good one for conspiracies.
Ike?
Yeah, first of all, wonderful speaking voice.
Yeah.
I love his voice.
Yeah.
How has he got so big?
I think because he's been going for so long. I think because these things have been so, like, he was laughed off for years and years and years, and now you have like that side of the internet where so many people get a voice. Yeah. And you've all of a sudden got these big communities of conspiracy theorists and things. It's like, what's the textbook?
He was waiting for a seat at the table before the table was built.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's like written the fucking Bible on all those things, and people can reference everything back to like his stuff, and that's why they all think the royal family are lizards and things like that.
Yeah. I will never forget my first Iking, yes. I was watching a documentary, in the loosest possible terms.
Right, okay.
And
was it by Keenan and Kel?
Yeah.
They wouldn't be a very good documentary, would
they? It was that really weird episode of Crusher Explains It All where David Icke explained about the aliens. But it was him walking around London and going to various famous parts of London. and tying all his like the things in
Oh,
with
okay, wow.
the bankers and the royal family, and there was loads of quite cool loaded history bits about how
Yep.
the Rothschilds got so much money and things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And during the Napoleonic War, the courier was interrupted
Right.
on the way back to say that Napoleon had lost the war,
Right, okay, yeah.
and then because it came back that we'd lost,
Yeah.
the market crashed.
Right, okay, yeah.
People
yeah.
bought up
all the stuff,
fucking
yeah.
everything, and then it turned out that everything was fine. And then
Yeah.
these families have still got, we're still like some of the richest families in the world now
Yeah, yeah.
because of that.
They
moment
own
in
most
time.
of... Yeah. But you see, that's the sort of thing that I wouldn't put past people these days.
Oh God, no, and that's, I think.
I mean, really, that's kind of the antithesis or the reason why, like, you get the wars in the Middle East. And
$7 trillion went missing the day of the day of 9/11.
What, really?
Yeah,
It wasn't me.
the day before
Yeah.
there was. Fuck! See, I'm doing this purely off like living entirely on bullshit, and just working off my own memory, which is fucking not worth a fucking midget wank.
There was a lot of money. What in a
There was a press conference the day before.
yeah?
I'm gonna say Donald Rumsfeld.
Okay.
Might be wrong.
Yeah.
Where he said $7 trillion
Mm-hmm.
was missing from
the state? From
state,
the
yeah,
government?
from
Right.
black projects and stuff
Yeah.
like that. As far as the thing that they were seven trillion down,
Right.
and they were going to investigate it. Day after that, 9/11 happened,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and all the paperwork
Mm-hmm.
that could have been traced back on it.
We're in.
Building 7.
Yeah, of course it was. Fucking hell. So who's got the 7 trillion? Do we think?
No idea. Probably.
Rumsfeld.
Either that, or they've spent a load of that trying to work these fucking crazy cars that they're going to ship out through DeLong.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
But
Jesus Christ.
yeah, but like you say, there must be like moments like this, like the Reichstag fire and things, like
Yeah.
pivotal moments in history that probably weren't what they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, when you back to this documentary thing that I was watching with Ikers.
Yes.
And
Running around London.
Yeah, he tied all the things together, like I was saying about what I just said about all the people making the money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like it just stopped at one point, and then he just basically started ranting on about lizards. I was so on board with all the all the family stuff and where he tied everything together, because the guy's clearly a clever motherfucker.
But he does that. He has a
Yeah.
habit of doing that, where he gets you in so far and then goes off on the tangent like, "No, you've lost me." And it's the thing you were saying before about how excited you get about like the space race stuff and the alien stuff, and then you go that fine line between sound and this is quite appealing to. Oh, you sound mental.
I've no doubt that Ikers could have been L. Ron Hubbard. Just
Oh yeah,
it's,
absolutely.
Easily cut from the same cloth.
Yeah. Right place, right time.
Yeah.
And you could be looking at. You could have a following,
I think I'd prefer Ikers to L.
Hubbard.
Ron.
Would he have done his own religion though? I think he'd have had followers who believed the
It would be more
conspiracy
like
theories,
a
but
breakaway society than a
yeah,
religion, wouldn't it?
yeah. I think his own. It might lead in his own suicide because he realised that he'd built something that he's been rallying against. Because this sort of thing of like a worldwide organisation of like-minded believers probably would have driven him over the edge.
And then I woke up one morning and said, "David, you've become what you hate."
Exactly, yeah. It'd be that old thing. Like, it happens to everyone, doesn't it? If 15-year-old me can look at me now, he'd be fucking sick.
That would be the end of the biopic of him. It could end like V. Like
V for Vendetta? Yeah.
No, V the...
okay, yeah, sorry,
yeah.
I know what you mean, yeah.
So it ends with Ike having the realisation that he's become what he hated.
Yeah.
He walks to the mirror and starts peeling his human flesh off.
Oh, that would be good.
The lizard.
The
underneath.
lizard. I think we've got a film here. Fuck. We'll just call him like Daniel Bike. Or something like. Young Danny Bike had a dream.
He wanted to play hockey.
Yeah. Yeah, this works. Yeah, I like this. We'll put this in for next year's film festival. Over here. It'll be a short film based on the life of...
Short careers.
That's all right. Look, at least it'll be a career. At the moment, it's a dream.
Well, given how fucking everywhere this has been...
Yeah, we've done well. Oh, I've run out of breadcrumbs now.
I had a map. I had a road map that was fucking well derailed. I put it down to the fact that you're drinking fucking Volvic and I'm drinking Bud Light, and yeah, it's like you've come unarmed and now you're just taking advantage of a drunken man.
Am I Weinsteining you?
You're Weinstein.
Shit.
That's a thing now, isn't it?
It's going to be an adjective. Is it an adjective or verb? A doing word. Weinstein.
I don't want to be Weinstein.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we might be talking about that again in the next podcast. Because hopefully there'll be more fucking stuff. Hopefully,
I imagine
Corey
so. It's
Feldman
not the start of it.
Shit.
Hopefully, yeah. Feldman's got his stuff together. There'll be a few more. The fingers are crossed that it's not the biggies like Kubrick. Hopefully they've kept themselves thing. And give or take Spielberg, to be honest.
He's a bit fucking weird though, isn't he?
Kubrick. Yeah, but he's genius weird. He's not like...
I hope he's genius weird.
Because I think he hates people weird, so he'd never find himself in a hotel room with another person.
He's got children though, hasn't he?
Has he? Oh, he's dead now anyway, isn't he? So,
yeah.
Yeah. You see, they could drag shit up about him there and they wouldn't be able to say anything either way.
Yeah, this is true.
I don't care. The Shining's still amazing.
Shining is still amazing.
They got Lars von Trier though, didn't they?
What?
Bjork pulled Lars von Trier up. He did, do you remember Antichrist?
Yeah.
And Nymphomaniac?
Yeah.
Lars von Trier was the director of them. And Bjork's had him up to go, I got assaulted or whatever by I'm not going to name names, it was by a Danish director I worked with. She's only done one film and the director was Danish. So, yeah, but yeah, he's been pulled up. I was a little bit, oh, bollocks, because Antichrist was quite a good film. I mean, violent as fuck, obviously. But,
yeah.
But yeah.
It seems if you're any sort of predator though, the Hollywood seems just the place to be, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Regardless of what you're interested in. I mean, have you ever watched any of those the documentaries on Netflix about like porn ones, sort of like Hot Girls Wanted and stuff?
I've seen it there, but I was
motherfucker.
I've heard. Is it good?
First wank after that's difficult.
I saw the was it the Louis Theroux one about what porn stars do now, and
yes.
Retired porn stars. Well, maybe it wasn't Louis, but that's on Netflix as well. That was interesting.
No, that Hot Girls Wanted is just basically taking 18-year-old girls and putting them through a fucking meat grinder for a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Fucking.
They do it on purpose, or is it a documentary about how that actually works?
No, it's a documentary about how essentially what's happened to the porn industry because because the porn studios aren't the thing now.
Yeah,
and it's all like that, the sort of amateur stuff, which is big.
Get your iPhone out.
So that means you need a lot. You need a good workflow of people, because you can't have amateur videos with people being in them all the time, because then it's not amateur stuff.
You need a good staff turnover.
Yeah. So it's not.
It's grim.
It's not a great career,
right?
But again, this is the funny thing. Like it is literally. Or what it seems to be, a lot of girls wanting to get into the industry to make money, and it's a lot of lads that are just in control of the whole situation.
Right. Okay.
So you're at that point.
But do you think that's going back to like the really murky days of like 70s porn?
I think it probably is. Yeah.
It's going back on itself, so it'll be deregulated again because there's so much for you losing track of what's going on.
Yeah. I mean. I think I don't think there's any way around that. I don't think there's any escape from it.
They could change that, because I guess at the moment, if they're pulling like this whole amateur thing, then it's like, well, we're not a professional filmmaker.
No, I just meant the whole casting couch scenario in any.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, the only way to get rid of it is if let's just say every woman to start with went, well, fuck it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
but you're always going to have someone that does it. It's like my argument about the ticket touts and things for concerts. Well, it'll stop if everyone just stopped using like reseller sites and things. But there's always going to be someone that goes, fuck it, I'll pay £600 for that.
Yeah.
£40 ticket or whatever. So it's never going to work unless everyone does it at the same time.
I think the other thing...
Because it's just the attraction, it's the power that you hold over. You go, I know she'll suck me off for this role.
Yeah.
But if all of a sudden all the actresses went, well, actually it's going to take fucking more than that.
There's another factor in this which isn't commented on because it's too easy to get attacked for commenting on it.
Oh God, go on.
The percentage of people that would be in that situation, male or female, it doesn't have to be female, that are going to say, I'm going to do that role and I'll suck your cock.
Okay, as well as
yeah.
Not
instead of it coming from the you can have this role if you suck my cock.
I'll do that and
I think people it's always a funny thing I find about feminism and female empowerment,
right?
Because I think for every woman that talks about how disgusting it is that men are taking
exploitation
women.
Yeah.
There's another one on the other side going, shut the fuck up because I had 5 pay rises this month.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's them empowering themselves.
Yeah.
I'm actually playing him for a fool.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just...
That's why it'd be like a never-ending fucking story.
Can't say stuff like that now, though, because you get hung.
No, but I mean, you can say like that.
You should do.
That sort of thing's fine because there are...
We know people you couldn't say that to.
Oh, God, yeah. You know a fucking lot of... but this is like, I was talking to someone the other night about... I can't remember what the subject was we were talking about, but it's like a very like emotionally charged subject, and it's easy to go from talking like this to fucking absolutely flying off the handle on it.
Care Bears.
Care Bears?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's an emotionally powered subject.
Care Bears are emotionally powered subjects. What a great name for them. Yeah. Stop being such a fucking Care Bear about it. Right. Oh, I like that. And so it's that sort of thing, and it's where you can't have those discussions anymore where you just talk sensibly like this and calmly. Because even, so the excuse I was given was I was out a couple of weeks ago, and one of the ones around the table, was absolute fucking shit. It's like, well, you know what the fucking problem is? Like, in Europe, they just shoot the fucking terrorists on the spot, and here they give them a fucking new home and all this, right? And just all that sort of shit, right? So I was like, and I could feel it bubbling, right, a little bit. And it must have been on show because my mum fucking nudged me because she was sat next to me. And she was just like, thing. So I was just like, oh, well, what happened on Westminster Bridge? Because weren't they all dead within 8 minutes? So they were shot dead on sight. So your argument's gone out the fucking window.
and he's the same person that would turn around and say, see, the problem is they're killing them. They should be questioning them.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like it's little things like that and just not rising to. But unfortunately, there's so many topics of discussion that's so emotionally driven now.
I think that's the problem, though, is that maybe the problem's got to this point because for want of better words, intelligent people. I only say for want of better words because I don't want to make myself sound like a twat.
Right. Okay.
But the intelligent people and people that actually think like things rationally and can go like, I think people that live in grey are pretty good if you can live in the grey areas. Yeah.
You can listen to both sides and take in what's going on. Yeah.
But now you have to have an opinion.
Yeah. It's not even that. It's that it's so polarized that it's like if you don't think this, then either you're wrong or you're a fucking Nazi or you're a what's that fucking term they use that I fucking hate? Snowflake.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking phrase.
I hate that.
It's such a stupid phrase. But anyway, it's that.
To be feather, anything delicate would have been fine.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know, a fucking budgie.
Yeah.
He's a fucking budgie, that lad.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's so polarized that there's no middle ground anymore.
No, I actually think that it's worse than that because the left. I think the left are worse than the right for how polarized they are.
But is that in your own little like chamber? Because you know probably more left-leaning people.
Maybe, but all I can see is that I've never had people shouting at me for not being right-wing, whereas I've had people argue with me for not being left enough.
Yeah.
And I feel that because now you've got like the alt-right, for instance. That kind
It's not. It's just the same.
Exactly, yeah. But the reason is there is an alt-right to be had is because the centre has shifted right because the left has gone so far left.
Yeah.
Whereas centre used to be more left.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think that's like I can't call myself like left wing anymore because I think it's like batshit crazy to the point of being fucking dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, when you see people that is it David Wolf, and he's like he's like as left as Breitbart is right.
Yeah.
You see people sharing that, and you're like, you fucking crazy. This is just like made up fucking. Yeah, it's not facts. It's just made up statements.
It's just bollocks.
Yeah.
Just, like literal. All you're doing is trying to get rid of anger.
Yeah.
And you're just spewing it out for the world to hear.
And that's it though. It's just emotionally driven. Mm-hmm. It's Care Bear rants.
But you can see how polarized it's got because what's his name? That Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
You know, he's
the
quite
Republican.
Yeah. He's quite a right wing guy.
Yeah.
But to the point where like he's much more centered now.
Yeah.
What the right is.
Yeah, because the right's fucking mental.
Yeah. Whereas he was very much right wing.
Yeah.
But you listen to him now and go, well, actually, you know, if you had a grey area to stand on, that bit's
would you
okay,
be thinning him? Yeah.
But that's not.
Yeah. Let's just focus a bit more on this, Benny. And
if you just reel it in a little bit, we're basically on the same team here.
Yeah, but I think I don't know whether that's come about because the shift has happened so quickly. Like that's. I'd say in the past 10 years, maybe even fucking 5 years or something, that shift has come about where you've had that massive divide and people just don't know how to handle it. So they're like, well, I don't agree with that, but that means that I agree with that and that's right. So no, I'm not fucking having that. So I've got to be like far left or far. And that's why you have these extremities because nobody can admit that actually there's a bit of that I like and a bit of this that I like. That's what makes me think. That's why I think the Lib Dems in the UK have completely fucking destroyed themselves because nobody can just fucking say, well, they're a centre party, and nobody can really say anymore. Well, I am that because I just fucking can't admit to having a middle centre ground thought.
I think the big thing as well might be that maybe human beings just weren't designed to communicate with each other the way we can.
Yeah.
I think human beings. This is fucking great. This is great coming from the guy that does 2 podcasts.
Go on.
But human beings are designed to communicate with each other face to face.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Apart from this, like this is very very much face to face because we're face to face.
We are face to face.
But the problem is this isn't really communicating because it's only a one way conversation. If you choose
people
to
listening can't talk back to us.
Yeah, if you choose to listen, you choose to listen. And this is one of the things that I hate about the left at the minute, trying to suppress various opinions, whether just because they don't like it. Do you know what I mean? You can't like. I'm there's so much stuff that offends me, but I've never thought to myself that person shouldn't be allowed to speak.
Yeah,
because
I've been disappointed in things, but I never said ban it.
The thing is about being disappointed with someone or disappointed with a situation is it shows you your own character.
Yeah.
You know, it shows you where you stand. So you take all the bits you don't like and just go, I don't want to hear any of it because it all makes me upset.
Yeah.
Then where do you balance yourself?
Yeah.
If everything around you is great.
Of course, yeah.
But
your face. Sorry, I was going to say your face-to-face thing that makes a lot of sense in my sort of theory.
You got to back yourself.
Yeah.
Face-to-face with somebody.
And as well, it's that thing that we're not evolved enough to handle the internet.
No.
Like that came about too. That's another thing that came about too quick. And now that you don't actually have to talk to someone to call them a fucking prick or whatever, and you can just spout so much shit about it.
It's so quick how that people 9 times out of 10 read stuff negatively.
Yeah. They don't read it with the sarcastic tone or whatever that you're supposed to.
And I think my grammar's fucking awful, and I think that's something that maybe if people that were more literate and found it easier to express what they're trying to say
Yeah.
using the English language,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe there wouldn't be so much confusion.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you've got fucking Johnny Knobhead there
yeah.
writing something
Anyone
for the
can-
whole fucking world to see,
Yeah.
doing it all in block capital letters
Yeah.
without a fucking full stop to be found.
And all text speaking.
Yeah. You know,
Mhm.
it's of course the point gets lost in amongst the words.
Yeah.
And it's amazing just how quickly the natural response is vitriol.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
You know, it's I
Do you want a great? Do you I don't know, you like listen or do you on Facebook? Do you ever see like the LBC page? You know, there's a radio station called LBC.
what is it?
It's just like it's like this. It's all just talking. There's no music or anything on it. But they have different presenters. So like in the morning they've got a guy called Nick Ferrari, who's like a little bit right leaning.
Mhm.
Then after him they've got a guy called James O'Brien, who's a little bit like left leaning.
Mm-hmm.
They've fucking got Nigel Farage in the evenings. But
I'm in.
But you go to it's an absolute clusterfuck. They used to have Katie Hopkins until she said something and they fired her. I can't remember what it was that
What
she
did
said.
Katie Hopkins say? That they got Nigel Farage in his replacement?
Oh no, they had him on at the same
Right.
time.
Just oh fuck, you're too hot for us.
I know.
Come
Yeah,
on.
come on, Nigel. No, but you get like their Facebook page. They'll obviously put like news things up, and then just the comments on it. It just goes from like one question to a fucking cat fight in the space of 5 comments at the very least, at the most. You know, it's just insane. And you just think, stop. Like, just read it. Try and understand why they've said that.
But does that not get worrying because we are the, for want of better words, privileged.
You're such a white privilege. I'm not, because I've got glasses, so technically I'm disabled.
Yeah, you fucking retard. But fuck, I've forgotten what I was going to say now.
Don't you think?
I wear glasses as well, you cunt.
Yeah, but you seem
I
to be
think that might be
ashamed of them at the
I
moment.
think that might have been the first cunt.
No, I dropped a cunt before.
Did you? All right, okay.
Unless we've edited it out.
Maybe we did take a chunk out.
It was when I said, did you call that person in the Universal thing a cunt?
I was trying to find out what Katie Hopkins had said.
I don't even know if it was something on the show, but if you think Katie Hopkins fired from LBC,
Yeah.
it should come up. But it's a good station. I listen to in the weekday mornings. I listen to like the last 45 minutes ish of Nick Ferrari, and I'll listen to James O'Brien. What have you got going on there? You just YouTube and fucking ignoring me.
The Katie Hopkins was sacked with immediate effect from LBC after a tweet that called for a final solution to Islamic terrorism.
That's what she did. She used the phrase "final solution," which is understandable. There's only one context for that. I mean, it's known well enough in historic books.
She's got a new book come out called My Struggle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then there's a few people calling for Nigel to be fired now as well because he keeps broadcasting bullshit statements.
Which don't employ him.
Yeah. That's the thing. They've had to pull him up a couple of times apparently, and they've taken videos down of him because it's all filmed in the shows.
One day, Martin. One
Yeah.
day that's how I want to do this show.
You want to put a camera up?
A couple of cameras, maybe.
Jesus, people know what we look like.
I'm gonna after Christmas. I'm fixing this whole fucking thing.
You doing?
So.
Are you upgrading?
Gonna upgrade it. Gonna get
for
us
the
big,
vroom
gonna get
vrooms?
us big 4K telly in here, so we can. No, I am. So, So we can. So
Look
I
at
can
the
have
YouTube stuff on there.
have the YouTube stuff on there, and it means I don't have to just scribe stuff. It means I can have stuff up there that we can watch, and so we're on the same fucking page.
Amazing. I tell you, if you do that, I'll get a laser pointer. I can.
Jesus, the sky is literally the fucking limits. But that's if we don't say anything to get arrested beforehand. Can you get arrested for just
Hate speech.
well?
We haven't hated any speech.
We
so
haven't hated
that
any
loves
speech.
everything we've been talking about.
If anything,
No, we'll be fine.
we love a speech.
There's nothing. We haven't said anything slanderous.
Yeah, we are only on episode 2.
It'll be fine. Grand.
And on that note, I think that might be the end of episode 2.
Let's sign out.
What
What are you doing for sing-alongs?
sing-alongs? I'm gonna do the little intro that we have before the show starts.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to play the whole fucking song.
Oh right, very
Yeah.
nice.
That is a Clown's Call for War song that I can't remember the name
You
of.
fucking idiot.
The
The
reason
joke
I'm
there
idiot-
is it's Lee's band.
Yeah, I've always been bad at remembering song titles.
Right, okay.
Yeah, always. Like every band I've been in, I've always.
It's number 5 in the set.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, I think I wrote the words to this one.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, it's a good song. I hope you like it.
Yeah.
You can go and download it from Bandcamp. Google Clown's Call for War Bandcamp. It'll ask you for money, but you can just put a 0 in if you want. You can have it for free.
Yeah.
Or you can leave some money. That'd be also nice.
You're the musician equivalent of going, don't stop him letting me suck him off. I've just had 5 promotions. All the other musicians going, stop telling them to download for free.
Oh yeah. Well, see, that's before we finish, I have a theory about this.
Okay.
I have a theory about music. You might not quite like this.
Okay, go on. No, that's all right.
Musicians constantly argue about people downloading music for nothing, and they constantly like shout and like things, and like the people are earning too much money. I think people like the studios and stuff are earning too much money. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Maybe professional musician doesn't warrant lots of money.
Okay, like there should be like a pay cap on it anyway.
Maybe for instance, maybe an album isn't worth £10. Maybe an album is only worth £1.
Right, okay.
That's my thing. I don't.
Your fucking albums might be.
I just think that if you're in a white privileged position to be a musician, and you get to tour the world, maybe you don't deserve to get. Maybe you don't deserve all that money you want.
Right, yeah. So was that like capping gig tickets as well?
Yeah, maybe it's just I have no solution for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying that maybe the
value of it isn't there anymore.
Isn't as much as some people want it to be.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Because there's lots more other stuff. You know, you look at like let's say you can. Say you buy an album for $8.99. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can rent. You can fucking rent Netflix
for that
for a month.
Yeah.
For that, and look at the content you get from that, and it's not. And we're not just. That's still artistic content that hundreds of thousands of people have had to put their heart and soul into making.
Yeah, yeah. But then, would you get that content if you didn't have the budgets to make the programs and the films?
No, but that's the thing. I think everyone would have to take a pay cut. From producers to record labels to thing. Yeah, it's not. I'm not just saying greedy musicians. I'm saying greedy industry.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's just my thing on it.
Right.
So have our music for nothing.
Right, yeah, yeah.
I'm going to try and take it down from the inside.
Yeah. Our new recording will be at least a tenner, though.
Yeah.
You cheap cunts.
And as soon as we start Patreon, you can pay us for this.
That's all you're doing. Save the money on the album, but whack it into the Patreon.
The 4K tally's not going to buy itself. But, yeah. Thanks for listening to us again. This has been Disjointed. It's probably half to do with sleep deprivation, a little bit to do with still a bit of jet lag from me being on holiday, and the next episode, well, I'm sure will be much closer to the first, as far as listeners know what we're talking about, but probably better.
Yes.
And I'd imagine it won't be such a long gap either.
I was going to say it'd be sooner than the last one.
Yeah, sooner than the last time. Mm-hmm. Week, maybe 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening again. Make sure if you just listen to us on this second one for some fucking unknown reason, go and listen to Three Legs, Four Wheels, which is a Formula One podcast, which is rather popular.
Even if you do say so yourself.
Do number 1 in the iTunes charts for Formula One, like. But the so go and listen to that if you like Formula One. If you don't like Formula One, don't listen to it because it'll be shit for you. But yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.